Welkom aan al ons kijkers. En dit is die wedstrijd hierso tussen SACS en Tygerberg. Prachtige dag hierso vir lieflike rugby. En ons hoop dat hierdie spanne aan hierdie verwagting gaan voldoen om ons te vermaak met lekker hardloop rugby hierso op SACS se sportgronde.
Welcome Virgil to SACS. Beautiful day as you say. SACS about to kick off and get proceedings underway. David Hayes, the SACS fly off, bouncing the ball, looking to get a nice firm strike, and the referee starts the game. Hayes kicks right and deep. Geordie Hop chases, and the Tygerberg man fumbles that first kick off into touch, and SACS will have an attacking line out playing towards the school.
Ja, dit is SACS wat die bal kan ingooi en dit is aanvallende lyn staan vir hulle. En dit is natuurlijk Hakker, Lance, Steytler. Oh, die scheidsrechter wat aandui dat die bal aangeslaan was daar so.
Yeah, a little knock on there, ruled by the referee Jonathan Kaplan. So we can't argue with the fact that Kaplan's got some experience. Great to have a man with his experience and his pedigree refereeing schools rugby. Welcome to Jonathan. Lucky Glepu, SACS scrum off to feed this ball. SACS backline looking dangerous. Glepu now out to Hayes, who's looking for Geordie Hop on a little inline. Hop stays strong and offloads loosely, which gives Tygerberg the ball.
Ja, dus Tygerberg wat die bal het, skrimskakel wat die bal mooi skoonmaak. En dit is hulle loskakel daar, so JC Smits, dink ek wat die bal skoonmaak, maar hy kry nie die kantlyn nie.
Glepu now on the ball. He places it, and SACS looking to pick and drive around the fringes. That's James Brewer, number 5, the captain, makes a thrust forward. Glepu now to Hayes again. There's Van der Loo at first centre, pushing forward, and he places the ball. Glepu out to Hayes, and now to Halverson in the wide channels, the big number 8. Also, Tygerberg tackling bravely. SACS a little bit loose at that breakdown over there, but keep the ball. Glepu now passes it out to Hayes. That's big Lawrenson in the midfield. Cameron Lawrenson, the lock forward. And now Hayes again. Wide pass to Abrams. And gives it out to Steytler, who carries it back in field. This is good by SACS. They just need to keep their composure here and go through the phases. There's Connor O'Reilly, the loose head prop through the middle. There's a bit of numbers here for David Hayes. He shows and goes, gives the pass to Steytler. Steytler getting close now. Knees on the ground, must release. Glepu now to Hayes. Gives it out to Brewer. Only a matter of time now, it seems. SACS just need to keep their patience. There's Glepu in the middle. Not perhaps the right option there by the young scrum half. And out again to Hayes. And to Liam Larkin, the flanker with a big handoff. Let's see what he can do. He's well held by the Tygerberg defender. Round the corner comes O'Reilly. He places the ball. Glepu now to Larkin again. Close to the line. Has he got there? He has. Sustained pressure there, Virgil. You could almost say that something was going to give, and the try inevitably was scored.
Ja, ek dink ek moet saam met jou saamstem daarso. Dit is die verdediging van Tygerberg wat op die einde van die dag gevou het, en dit is SACS wat dan die 3 daar in die hoekie druk en dan so ook eerste punte aanteken. Wel gedaan.
Yeah, often in these games, it's a matter of just showing some patience and going through your phases and making sure that you don't get caught up in silly offloads and poor ball presentation at the breakdown. And SACS did well there. They kept the ball through, it seemed like, more than 10 phases. Tygerberg, to their credit, they tackled bravely. They put pressure on the SACS attack at times. And that's what we want today. We want Tygerberg here really giving everything that they've got and contributing to a really good contest.
Ja, kom ons hoop so net. Kom ons hoop so dat hulle vir SACS gaan toets vandag op in hierdie wedstryd.
Geordie Hop now has his conversion, pushes it to the left hand upright, and SACS move into a 5-0 lead. Jonathan Kaplan at the centre spot, about to get proceedings underway again. Tygerberg to kick off.
Ja, en dis die nummer 15, Tian Henneke, wat dan die tweede helfte vir ons gaan begin, en dis Tygerberg wat afskop.
Brewer's under it, he misses it entirely.
Oh, en dit is die vleuel daar, Heinrich Kroon wat die bal het, Tygerberg wat uiteindelik bietjie besit het, bal wat uitkom, die voorspeler wat die bal vorentoe dra, en dis Tygerberg wat hom nog steeds soek daar. Goeie verdediging van SACS wat hulle dan terugdryf en dit is baie swak bal vir Tygerberg op hierdie stadium. Het lyk of het omkeer besit is op hierdie stadium.
Halverson now, he's carried the ball strongly and laid it back. Glepu now out to Hayes. SACS are looking, Glepu takes a little snipe around the fringes. SACS looking to show a little bit of patience here in the exit zone. They're possibly looking to move the ball now. Ferguson, the tight head, out to Halverson, who offloads it to the Ravenscroft, the wing. This is good by Ravenscroft. He stays strong. Drive, good leg drive, buying time for his cleaners. Glepu in there again, out to Hayes, and here comes Larkin. Larkin's held up, they tackle him well, his knees are on the ground. Tygerberg must release that. Kaplan happy with that. Hayes out to Van der Loo, makes a lovely in and out break, flicks it to Abrams. This is nice by SACS. Geordie Hop, little wild offload at the back of the hand, not what the coaches will be after.
Ja, en dit is omkeer besit wat bewerkstellig word daar deur Tygerberg. Iets wat van 'n verlore aangewe daar plaasvind en dis Tygerberg wat dan besit van hierdie bal erwin en hulle werk hard by die afbreekpunt, 'n bal wat uitkom. En die bal wat afgestorm word daar deur SACS. Kom ons kyk wat gebeur. Dis die nommer 3 stit groot man van Tygerberg wat vorentoe gaan, maar dis Tygerberg wat die bal verloor in die proses en dis SACS wat op die aanval is op die stadium.
Referee Kaplan ruling a knock on there, so Tygerberg will have this ball. Geordie Hop down in the backfield. He actually charged that one down with his head or face, and he's obviously receiving some treatment for a nasty stinger. Virgil, I haven't seen a prop that big for some time. The Tygerberg man, he's a large piece of meat.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him?
I spoke to his coach, and he weighs apparently 150 kilograms. So he's a big man. I don't want to be in front of him when he storms onto you.
Well, what was nice was he offloaded that ball there just before taking contact. Sadly, it was lost by his mate next to him, but it was nice to see a little touch of skill there from the big guy. If I was 150 kilos, I don't think I'd ever pass the ball, but it was lovely to see that little offload there from the big guy.
Yeah, apparently there's been a lot of disruptions in the Tygerberg team, and that is evident, as you can see. The coach just informed me that they've lost some of the key players, but Tygerberg has to really give their best today. En is die bal wat ingegooi word deur Tygerberg.
Tight head there. Glepu plays it out to Hayes, who cuts inside, loses his footwork. Sadly, here comes Glepu again. There's Larkin, who bumps off a would-be tackler, places the ball. Glepu tidies up. Nuggety stuff by Tygerberg there. They're certainly not lying down. Committed defending. They're getting off the line nicely. Halverson pops off a little pass there. Looks like to Ravenscroft on the far side. SACS need to get organised here. They do. Slightly upright carry. Glepu now out to Statler. He generally runs hard. He's well tackled though. Tygerberg's hands in there. What will Kaplan see? He's given them the rights to that ball. That's very good work by Tygerberg. Outstanding defense and very well contested at the breakdown there.
Goeie werk daarvan Tygerberg wat die bal wen op die grond daarso en hulle wen dan 'n strafskop en SACS wat gestraf word omdat hulle nie die bal release in die tackle situasie nie. Kan Tygerberg terugkom op hierdie stadium? Is dit SACS wat al die bal besit het en dis net Tygerberg wat die hele tyd moet verdedig en hopelik kan ons nou sien dat Tygerberg met 'n aanval of 2 na vorendag sal kom nie.
Very impressed with the endeavour and the commitment of the Tygerberg men. As you've said, they're disrupted by injury and maybe not having their strongest year as a group, yet they are fighting for their school, which is great to see.
Nommer 4 wat die bal kry en dis Tandile Hoy wat die bal uitgooi. Dit is Tygerberg op die aanval. Goeie verdediging daarso van SACS. En dis die skrimskakel Tandile Hoy wat vir die bal wag. Hy gee die bal uit vir sy spanmaat. Die probeer vorentoe dryf. Ongelukkig vorder hy glad nie. Dit is die flank daarso Tiaan Skonking met 2 verdedigers op hom. Gaan hulle hom ophou? Nee, dis Tygerberg wat kyk om hom te kry. Dis Hoy. Hy gee die bal nou uit weer. As dit die nommer 5 slot daarso Franco Erasmus wat vorentoe beweeg. En dis Hoy wat hom weer eens soek en hy kry die bal. Dis Tygerberg wat nou 'n bietjie besit het en hulle beweeg vorentoe. Uitstekende stukkie spel daarvan Hoy. Hy soek sy ondersteuning en hulle kry die bal hier langs die klein kantjie, maar dis die verdediging van SACS wat hou. En dis Tiaan Henneke. Hy gee die bal uit na nommer 13 Nico van der Westhuizen. met al die besit wat Tygerberg het, kan hulle net eenvoudig net nie oor die voorlyn kom en nou is dit 'n rolmaal beweging en dit is SACS wat die bal afgeneem het.
SACS there stealing that ball up. The referee ruled them all. Let Glepu out to Larkin now. Some space out wide. He floats a beautiful pass out to Ravenscroft down the left touchline. Ravenscroft looks like he's going to get in here untouched. He does and scores a fine try.
Ek moet sê dit is 'n stukkie briljante spel daarso van die as dit die loskakel gewees.
It was actually Larkin, the flank, who threw that wide pass out to the wing. He's ordinarily the main ball carrier for SACS, so you would expect the defenders to be coming onto him and looking to put numbers there to bring him down. So that often works to your advantage because when you're attracting defenders to throw that wide pass, very often the guy on your outside is unmarked.
Ek moet sê die manier hoe hy die verdedigers op hom getrek het en dan so spasie vir sy vleuel bewerkstellig het en die vleuel wat dan aan die linkerkantste kantlyn hoekie gaan druk het en die SACS wat uiteindelik voorloop met 10 punte teenoor 0 met die loskakel wat die doelskop nog moet waarneem.
Yes, Virgil, there's so many danger men here in the SACS side. It's very difficult to come up with a defensive strategy where you can pinpoint one or two people. There's a number of ball carriers in the forward pack and there's a number of dangerous backs as well. So a really nice balanced team here from SACS this year. Maybe not performing to their potential at the moment this season, but they're going to be looking to use this game as something that can ignite their season.
Yeah, I think they will also take some heart out of the draw that they had against Rondebosch High last week and just carry this momentum forward in this game. Currently, they are dominating in all facets of the match and Tygerberg really has to bring their A game if they still want to have a say in this match. En dit is die heel agter van Tygerberg wat hierdie wedstryd vir ons die tweede weer begin.
Brewer takes that one well this time. Glepu now with a box kick. Has he put that one? No, it's a very good box kick. I'm not sure why the wing didn't chase. Must have been in front of the kicker and Kaplan called him back.
Ja, en dis Hoye wat die bal het. Hy kom so verby twee verdedigers. Gaan hy die nodige ondersteuning kry. En ja, die bal wat nou terugkom daarso vir die nommer 7 flank Tiaan Skonking. Hy probeer verby die verdediger kom. Hy word eenvoudig net teruggedryf en uiteindelik gee die bal uit na sy sentermaat wat die bal vorentoe skop. En nou is dit die heel agter van Tygerberg wat die bal kry Tiaan Henneke. Hy kom af deur 'n gaping en hy's los deur. En hy druk hom onder die paal uit. Uitstekende werk hier van Tygerberg Hoërskool. Ek moet sê die skrimskakel Tandile Hoye, uitstekende werk wat hy daar verrig het om so verby die verdedigers te kom en dan die nommer 7 flank Tiaan Skonking wat eenvoudig net teruggedryf was en dan sodoende die bal uitgekry het na Tiaan Henneke wat 'n mooi 3 gedruk het daar sien.
Wonderful try there, wonderful bit of individual brilliance there. The chip ahead, the gather by the Tygerberg number 15 who looked very slippery, looks like a really nice prospect, moving left and right, bamboozling the SACS defense and scoring under the poles for an excellent try to bring the game back to 10-7 and great to see that by Tygerberg. We want a competitive match here and wonderful to see them coming back into the game like that.
Henneke wat die bal gestel het, kom nou vorentoe skop. 2 punte wat bygevoeg word en dit is SACS wat voorloop met 10 punte teenoor 7. Uitstekende stukkie werk daarso. Nick, ek moet vir jou sê dat die 3 drukker hy is iets wat van 'n spoedverraad verneem ek. Hy's 'n 400 meter atleet en hy het sy spoed daar tentoongestel toe hy daai 3 gedruk het.
I think he's going to be a handful at the Villager Sevens later in the year. Tygerberg notoriously put out a strong 7 side. They pride themselves on their 7s rugby and I think he'll be a very dangerous man to defend in that format of the game.
Kan Tygerberg terugkom in hierdie wedstryd, die bal wat afgeskop was en hanteringsfoute wat vroeg in die wedstryd is, bal wat eers aangeslaan was deur SACS en dit is 'n skram wat toegeken word aan SACS. Is dit?
I think Chad van der Loo, the SACS centre, knocked that ball on. It wasn't initially handled by Tygerberg, but he knocked it on the ground, which is... Oh, no, the ref has ruled that Tygerberg knocked it on first. So the first knock is the one that he's ruled on, and Glepu will feed the scrum. SACS scrum this year has been good. They've worked hard at their scrum, and the forwards are really taking pride in that aspect of the game. They're going to look for a nice right shoulder here. Good scrum, solid platform there for Glepu, who plays it out to Hayes. Hayes waiting for runners. Van der Loo, a lovely little line there. He brushes off a few would-be defenders and crashes towards the line. Glepu now out to Hayes. He gives it out to Ravenscroft, who gets his second try in the left corner. That's lovely by Van der Loo. He initially drifted out and then straightened for a great line break there, which set up his team's try.
Ja, ek moet sê hierdie van der Loo kerel, hy hou nog als die verdediging van Tygerberg baie besig en hulle sal hulle keer moet ken. En dit is die vleuel weer eens wat sy tweede 3 druk daar so in die linkerkant se hoek. En ja, dit is net 'n swak verdediging van Tygerberg op hierdie stadium.
Very often the other centre for SACS is kept in the shadow of Geordie Hop, the number 13. Tall, big boy with tremendous potential and loads of attacking ability. But we've had Nick Redlinghase, who sadly got injured in the Rondebosch game. Absolutely outstanding against Bishops and Rondebosch. And now Chad van der Loo coming in for the injury and also putting his hand up now for the jersey, making a tremendous line break there. SACS scoring in the left corner to make it 15 points to 7 with a conversion to come.
Well done.
Now looks like Kyle Boyd on for Geordie Hop. He struck that quite well. He's hit the right hand upright. Good strike there by Boyd. He played a full second team game. He's now come on the field for Geordie Hop, who appears to have either a head or a neck injury. Perhaps he's just getting a concussion test and might be back later. We shall see.
Ja, ons hoop dat die besering te ernstig is. En die fokus nou weer verskuif na Tygerberg toe. En dit is die 3 drukke Tiaan Henneke wat hierdie wedstryd weer vir ons gaan begin. En ek moet sê dat Tygerberg sal regte waar hulle verdediging moet opskerp.
Brewer gathers well again, the second one in a row. And Klepu's there now for Hayes. He looks like he's going to put this one on the boot. No, he's going to run it. Out the back to Abrams. Good nudge there by Abrams into space. It's a fine kick.
En dit is Tiaan Henneke wat hierdie bal veld. En hy besluit om die bal te skop. Hy vind ongelukkig nie die kantlyn nie.
Klepu now to Abrams. Abrams throws a wide pass to Liam Larkin. What'll he do? He throws the big handoff. The crowd love it. His nickname is Rhino, and we can see why.
En dit is Kelsey Skare wat heeltemal mal gaan na daai wegstoot daar van Larkin.
Now it's Abrams on the ball. He plays it out down the left-hand side to Lucky Klepu. Cuts back infield. He's heavily tackled there. Great defense by Tygerberg. SACS forwards work hard to get to where the ball is. They come. It's O'Reilly who carries off 9. Well met by a couple of tacklers. They place the ball, and now Klepu snipes to the left. Not a good option there. That was closed down yet. Halverson now out to Ravenscroft down the left for yet another try. That's his hat-trick already, and he dots the ball there just to the left of the uprights. And SACS now getting some momentum.
Ja, ek moet sê dit was heel eenvoudig. Dit is net SACS wat die bal ingeneem het met hulle groot voorspelers, die bal beheer het en dan die skrimskakel Lucky Klepu wat net sy vleuel wegstuur daarso vir Ravenscroft en hy gaan druk die 3 in die hoek en dis soos het ek gesê dat dit is sy derde 3 vir hierdie dag. En dit was heel maklik, very easy.
Yeah, Tygerberg, I think, will be a little bit disappointed with that. They've defended quite bravely, quite well so far, and there was a bit of a soft try. Concern for me at the moment, which is a little bit of a theme when some of our biggest ball carriers, or the SACS biggest ball carriers like Larkin, go into contact. They might, put out the big handoff, but sadly the ball tends to come out the opposition side, which is maybe something that they need to think about a bit more carefully. That ball is a precious possession on attack, and although you might make a couple of meters and throw a big handoff, it's essential that the ball's looked after on the ground and comes back to your side. Otherwise it's all for nothing.
Ja, ek moet ook sê dat die losskakel van Tygerberg, JC Smith sal op hierdie stadium sy manne mooi moet organiseer sodat hulle regtewaar op die verdediging effektief kan wees, van gans te maklik om SACS deur daar oor die voordelyn en is hulle in staat dan om punte aan te teken. En dit is Tygerberg wat die wedstryd weer gaan begin nadat SACS 'n 3 gedruk het.
Alverson takes well on the far left touchline. Klepu now, he kicks the big box kick a little bit too far, but the chase is quite good. Very nice. Was that? No, I think he was outside. He's 22 and he's kicked it out directly. Klepu will be disappointed with that. He just mistimed that one slightly. It was a little bit far. Right idea though. Good exit strategy, just not executed properly.
Ja, en dit is aanvallende lyn staan vir Tygerberg en hulle is net so 5 meter buitekant die kwartgebied van SACS en hulle kan hierdie bal ingooi en dit is Philip Haywood waar hy die bal kan ingooi en hopelik kan hulle hierdie bal bemeestig en sodat 'n aanvalsituasie loop, maar die bal word gesteel deur SACS.
Ravenscroft now picks up the scraps there. Halverson contesting well at the front. Klepu now, he plays it back to Hayes, who kicks to the left-hand touchline. Good ball strike there by Hayes and a very nice kick. Takes the player up to near the halfway line of the field with Tygerberg to feed the line out.
Ja, ek dink Tygerberg hulle het 'n guldige geleentheid gehad, daar so 'n aanvalslyn staan gehad, maar besit wat verloor was in daardie lyn staan en 'n gunstige aanvalsgeleentheid wat daarmee heen is. Hulle kan hierdie bal weer eens ingooi en dis Philip Haywood wat gaan kyk of hy sy springers gaan kry in die vorm van Franco Erasmus en Tiaan de Wit. Maar hy vind vir die nommer 7 flank daar sit Tiaan Skonking en dis die bal wat uitkom. Iets wat onderdruk en dis Tygerberg wat agter hulle voordeellyn speel, die verdediging van SACS wat uitstekend is en dit lyk of hulle die bal weer eens omgekeer het, maar Jonathan Kaplan, hy besluit anders en hy sê hulle het geoortree daar so op die afbreekpunt en dit is 'n strafskop aan Tygerberg. Ek moet sê dat op die stadium op die aanval is hulle iets wat besluitloos.
Yeah, SACS pride themselves on a very good, well-organised defensive line, and as I've said, they've got some very big boys there, particularly in the pack. They're very strong, sort of chest-to-chest tacklers. They'll hold you up in contact, so you've got to be moving, you've got to be on the move, you've got to play into the wider channels, otherwise you're going to have a tough day at the office.
Ja, en dis die bal wat uitgeskop word, net so 5 meter binnekant die halfgebied van SACS, en dit is Tygerberg wat die bal kan ingooi. Hopelik sal Philip Haywood kyk om weer sy springers te vind. En die bal wat afgeneem word deur SACS, dis eenvoudig ongelooflik hoe goed hulle kompeteer in die lyn staan.
Brewer there taking a fairly low throw by Tygerberg. Hayes out to Larkin, who gives the big handoff and pops it off to Statler. This is very nice. Statler just needs to keep it. Statler carries on going. Great bust by the hooker. He places the ball. That was lovely. Klepu now, what can he do? He passes it out to Hayes, who gives it to Larkin, who feeds it off to the right wing, Sutton. Has Sutton managed to get in? He has.
Wat 'n briljante stukkie spel daar so van SACS. As dit die losvoorspeler Robinson wat daar half deur 'n gaping gekom het en nou jou die verdediging van Tygerberg aan die raai en hy vind sy skakelmaat of sy vleuel daar aan die einde en hulle gaan druk uit 3. Dit is die 4de 3 van SACS op hierdie oomblik. En ja, Tygerberg sal regtig iets dringends en drasties moet doen as hulle enigstens hierdie wedstryd wil omdraai en 'n sê wil hê in die resultaat van hierdie wedstryd.
Michael Sutton on debut here on the right wing for SACS. He gets his first try in the SACS colours, which will be great for the youngster. He always maybe a little bit nervous when you play your first game, and to get on the scoreboard early will settle the nerves and certainly be good for his confidence going forward.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when you are able to score a try on your debut, and I think that will be great for his confidence. So well done to him.
What I really liked in the build-up to that try, Virgil, was Larkin holding it up and actually passing it off to Statler. Nice little interplay between two big, strong forwards. You never want to be a side that's easy to defend against because you just do the same thing over and over again. And I thought Statler ran a lovely line. He didn't panic. He went to ground there, recycled the ball, and then the inevitable try came on the right-hand side. Very nice play there by SACS.
Yeah, I must say I'm very impressed with the way how Liam Larkin is playing currently. He's the standout performance in the SACS side by gaining meters and crossing the advantage line.
Halverson knocks it on and knocks it straight into his partner, Cameron Lawrenson's hand there. Kaplan correctly awarding a penalty. If you try and play the ball after your teammate has knocked it on, that is a penalty offence. And SACS just guilty there of not claiming that restart, and maybe Lawrenson also not either understanding the law or just getting caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ja, dis 'n strafskop wat toegeken word aan Tygerberg en die manne besluit nou wat gaan hulle nou doen. Dit lyk asof hulle gaan palle te skop en dit is die heel agter en 3 drukker Tiaan Henneke wat die bal nou gaan stel en hy gaan kyk of hy nog 3 punte kan byvoeg. Telling op hierdie stadium is 27-7 in die guns van SACS en hy sal kyk of hy nog 3 punte kan byvoeg om die telling dan op te skuif na 10 punte toe. Kom ons kyk wat gaan hy maak. Hy het die bal gestel. En doodse stilte hier so op op die veld. Kom ons kyk wat gaan hy maak. Hy kom nou vorentoe. Tref die bal goed. Kom ons kyk wat sê die vlag is. Nee, ongelukkig is dit mis en die telling bly nog steeds 27-7.
I think Tygerberg doing well there to slow things down a little bit. Probably the correct call there to go for poles. They don't want this game to be played at the rate maybe SACS want to play it, because things can get out of hand in terms of the scoreboard. Larkin now does a little quick tap there off the 22 and regathers. Good quick thinking there. SACS go down the left and Ravenscroft's unmarked there again. He's having a field day down the left hand side there, Virgil. The lucky Glepu is now at the ball. There comes Lance Statler again, the hooker, and a lovely little interplay. He gives it to Larkin on the inside. Larkin now just needs to show a little bit of composure and place this ball. He does well this time. And Glepu out to Hayes. Hayes to Halverson. Halverson places the ball. The number 8 for Tygerberg was there but went off his feet. And now it's Statler again, who's having a really good game, the hooker. And lucky Glepu out to Hayes, who hits it flat there to the number 5 lock there, James Brewer. And Glepu now, SACS need to get this wide. There could be a 4th try out here for Ravenscroft. Larkin's there again. The referee ruling offside. Tygerberg just hanging in there at the moment. Glepu's going to look for this mark and perhaps go quickly.
Ja, op hierdie oomblik is daar niemand wat alle defensive strukture daar aan die gang hou nie, en daar's geen kommunikasie veral by die fringes nie, en dis hoekom is dit baie maklik vir SACS net om by die losgemaal by die kante deur te kom, want daar's geen strukture van Tygerberg op hierdie stadium, en dis hoekom vind hulle dit baie maklik om verby te kom en vorentoe te gaan en oor die voordeellyn te kom, en ek moet sê dat Liam Larkin, hy is nogal 'n doring in die vlees hierso van Tygerberg, van hierdie man kom eenvoudiglik net oor die voordeellyn, moeilik om gestop te raak, en hy kry baie meters vir SACS op hierdie stadium.
What I really enjoyed there was the interplay between Statler and Larkin. We saw the Larkin passing to Statler in the previous play, and then the opposite occurring later, which was really nice to see the forwards passing the ball like that. SACS now mauling towards the try line, the inevitable maul towards the try line. Statler must be close. The referees awarded the try.
Ja, en is die 3 wat toegeken word aan SACS. Eenvoudiglik, maklik. They make it so easy. They get the ball from the line out, hold the ball, and just rumble forward, and then evidently score the try.
Yeah, SACS probably have their biggest pack in many years. There's some really large guys. The number 8 Halverson's 104 kilograms, and he's an athlete. The locks are over 100 kilos, as are the props. So these boys are big and strong, and if you're not going to defend your maul with real aggression and hunger, they're just going to walk with you to the try line. So Tygerberg will need to catch a little bit of a wake up here. The scoreline has now gone into the 30s, and a few stern words being said there behind the poles by the coach and by the captain. I'm sure they need to just really start organising themselves defensively.
Ja, hulle sal eenvoudig net hulle self moet regryk. Op hierdie stadium het hulle geen struktuur nie, en dis as gevolg van dit maak hulle dit baie maklik vir SACS om net eenvoudig vorentoe te dryf en oor die voordeellyn te kom en eenvoudig maklike drie te druk.
Nice kick there by Kyle Boyd with a left foot. Dissects the uprights, takes the score to 34-7 in SACS's favour. SACS starting to get a little bit of a roll on here on the scoreboard as well. Tygerberg coming off a very good win against, narrow loss, should I say, to DF Milan a week or two ago.
Ja, as die bal wat afgeskop word, en die SACS wat nou hierdie bal hanteer in hulle eie kwartgebied, en het lyk of Jonathan Kaplan iets daar gesien het, 'n hanteringsfout.
Yeah, that was very poor there by Michael Abrams and David Hayes. At this level, you need to just call for that ball, make the catch, and get out of your half. Those little errors when you're playing against better sides are simply not acceptable, and they will be punished.
Ja, dit is ek dink die derde skram van hierdie wedstryd, en dit is Tygerberg wat hierdie bal kan ingooi, en hopelik kan hulle goeie kwaliteit bal kry om sodoende aanval te loods hier net so buitekant die kwartgebied van SACS. Hoe wat die bal uitgooi na die nommer 12. Hulle kom half deur die gaping daarso, dis Tian Henneke, en is Tygerberg wat die bal soek, bal wat uitkom, hulle beweeg vorentoe in die vorm van André Visser. kan Tygerberg die bal terugkry, maar dis omkeer besit. Maar Jonathan Kaplan dui aan dat daar die bal onwettig in die hande gekry was en dit is 'n strafskop wat toegeken word aan Tygerberg. Bal wat vinnig gevat word daar so nommer 4 wat vorentoe dryf, dis Tian de Wit die kaptein. Dis Hoyi wat hom soek, hy kry die bal uit nommer 7. Dis die verdediging van SACS wat hou, dis Tygerberg wat nog steeds op die aanval is. Hoyi kry die bal weer en dis Tygerberg wat vorentoe gaan. Hoyi wat die bal soek, kry die bal, Tian de Wit, hy kom nie verby die verdediging nie, dis Hoyi wat die bal weer kry, hy is JC Smit, gee uit na die 3-druk, Tian Henneke, en dit is SACS wat die bal afgeneem het, ongelukkig swak hanteringsfout daar van Tygerberg.
SACS now have the ball, the referees playing on here, playing a little bit of advantage. SACS actually making a mess of that turnover. They could have gone the distance there if the passing had been a little bit more accurate. Michael Abrams now with a good strike down the left-hand touchline, taking play up towards the halfway line. Tygerberg showing some nice phase play there, Virgil. They just, that last pass there, just drifting behind the back of the man on the outside. I think they were in a good position there to potentially score their second try.
Ja, ek moet sê hulle is iets wat besluitloos as hulle bal besit het. En terecht soos wat jy genoem het hulle die bal deur 'n paar fases gevat. Maar daar's niemand wat reguit maak nie en hulle beskerm nie die bal vir my baie goed as dit kom by die afbreekpunte nie. Dis Tygerberg wat daar die lyn staan wen. Bal wat aangegee word daar, maar weer eens 'n hantering fout van Tygerberg en Jonathan Kaplan wat dan wys dat die bal is aangeslaan by die lyn staan. So dit is 'n skram wat toegeken word aan Tygerberg Hoërskool. Ek moet sê hulle is iets wat kompeterend in hierdie skrams. Hulle staan hulle man. Is net in die losgemaal wat dinge bietjie moeilik raak en waar manne soos Liam Laken hulle heeltemal oorheers.
Yeah, the contesting of the Tygerberg lineouts by SACS has been fierce. That ball being ruled to have been knocked on there by Halverson as he jumped at 2, giving the scrum to Tygerberg.
Come on, guys.
Jonathan Kaplan wat aandui dat hulle sal weer moet begin.
Alex, get in there, Alex, get in.
Posisies net reg kry. Twee groot voorrye wat teen mekaar skram op hierdie oomblik. En dit is Hanre Jooste, groot man van 150 kg daar nommer 3 en dit is baie sterk skram daarso van SACS dit lyk. Hulle of Tygerberg wel die bal kry, maar dis onder druk en dis die losskakel. JC Smits wat die bal probeer hanteer en vorentoe gaan, maar dis aggressiewe verdediging van SACS daarso.
Little bit of ill discipline by SACS. A fine hit there by Tom Robinson, the number 6 flank. He's well known for his tackling. He's put in a couple of good hits so far in this game. But after he had driven the man back in the tackle, SACS ruled to have done something at the breakdown there, which didn't impress Jonathan Kaplan there. Probably just scooping the ball back with a hand or going off their feet. Probably a little bit unnecessary and a little bit of ill discipline there.
Ja, ek dink Tygerberg sal bietjie teleurgestel voel in hulle performance op hierdie oomblik. Hulle doen net die basiese goed eenvoudig net nie reg nie. En dis hoekom hulle op hierdie stadium agterloop op die tellbord.
Go!
Tygerberg wat oortree aan die lyn staan, vryskop aan SACS.
Larkin now goes quickly. He goes down the left-hand side, carrying strongly, bouncing people off as he goes. Tygerberg need to tackle him low if they're going to be effective. Larkin, they're guilty of being knocked into touch. He should have come in field a little bit earlier. That'll irk the coaching staff a little bit. But he is a very strong runner. He's, as I said earlier, his nickname is Rhino. And any would-be defender who's coming up against a man by the name of Rhino better beware.
Ja, soos wat ek vroeër genoem het, is dat Tygerberg hulle sukkel bietjie in die basiese goed, lynstaande wat baie swak is, vir hulle byvoet wat nie sy springers kan vind nie, en dit wat veroorsaak dat hulle nie van kwaliteit basis kan afbeweeg nie. Dis Hoyi nietemin wat die bal kry onder intense druk van SACS en Jonathan Kaplan wat daar oordeel dat die bal aangeslaan was deur Tygerberg en dis 'n skram dan aan SACS.
Another Tygerberg line-out going astray. They've had a lot of line-out possession. SACS have contested really well today, and although Tygerberg had actually beaten their man there on the ground, the throw just wasn't quite there, which will affect their ability to keep ball. SACS now with a turnover possession and scrum time. They'll look to attack strongly here down the right-hand side. Klepu to feed. Halverson at the back. Klepu plays Hayes. Kyle Boyd there making a mess of that, coming off the the outside centre there. A little bit predictable there, Virgil. That wasn't a very good line. It was very predictable, and obviously the pass didn't do him any favours as well, right down at the ankles.
Yeah, it seems like there was a bit of miscommunication, and I wasn't able to handle that ball effectively. And it's a scrum to Tygerberg, and hopefully they will be able to do something from this set phase. En as die bal wat ingegooi word deur Tandile Hoy. Goeie scrambal daarso, dis die heel agter Tian Henneke, kyk of hy half deur 'n gaping kan kry. Hy vind ondersteuning in die vorm van sy sentermaat. Die bal wat nog steeds in die besit is van Tygerberg, en dis Jonathan Kaplan wat wys dat Tygerberg die bal aangeslaan het. Eenvoudig net basiese foute van Tygerberg wat maak dat hulle nie aan die gang kan kom nie, en dit is die einde van hierdie eerste helfte, en dit is SACS wat voorloop met 34 punte teenoor 7.
Very scrappy end to that half, Virgil. The last 5 or 10 minutes just degenerating into a series of knock-ons. Both teams guilty of not doing enough with possession. Tygerberg, I think, will be quite relieved to get into half-time without conceding another try. They'll get to have a breather, and they'll be coming down the hill with the wind, which will certainly help matters. I've been quite impressed so far with the Tygerberg fullback, Henneke, scoring a beautiful try, and also just in general play, showing some really nice touches. What are your thoughts on the SACS performance so far?
Well, for me, there's a few standout players in the SACS team. Number 7 flanker Liam Larkin, just the way how he's able just to generate that go forward ball, and how he's able to get that meters and just get past the defenders of Tygerberg. And I think if Tygerberg, if they want to come back in this matchup, there's a few things that they will need to do. They will need to work on their basics. They will need to secure their lineouts, and in the tackle situation they need to be more aggressive and more organized, because at this stage it's just far too easy for SACS to find the gaps and able to create scoring opportunities. And the left wing has scored 3 tries already, and also the last try that was scored by the man on debut, Mr. Sutton. So Tygerberg has got their work cut out for them, and some stern words needs to be said to that team. I think if they can just work on their defense, get their structures correctly, and being more competitive on the breakdown, because whenever they go through different phases and the ball is on the ground, the ball carrier does not have sufficient protection when he takes the ball forward, and that's why you will see that the turnover count for SACS is very high in their favor.
Yet another beautiful day here at Newlands. The weather has been kind for all the SACS home games. We've been greeted with blue skies, and just a magnificent setting here with a mountain as a backdrop. The boys, both sets of boys here from SACS and Tygerberg, were very blessed to be able to play rugby, a game that they all love, and such magnificent surroundings. Jonathan Kaplan here, an international referee with probably the most appearances on the whistle as well. So really the guys are experiencing some special stuff here.
Yeah, I think it must be a wonderful feeling to play on this match, and knowing that Mr. Kaplan is officiating this match, and a man that of the highest quality and has got a lot of experience behind his name. I think he's officiated more than 500 matches. I speak under correction, but he's been doing this for quite some time now. It's quite special to see that the man is still involved in rugby, even if it's on school level.
He's doing a lot of running as well. I follow him on Twitter, and he's often out there running marathons and half marathons. I think that's his new passion. So great for him to be out of the limelight a little bit and doing something he really loves, really passionately, and also now giving back as a schoolboy ref on Saturdays. It's wonderful for the boys to be ref by someone with such experience, and also for the spectators to know that the game is being well looked after by a very experienced person. SACS now, they've got Brackenfell at home next Saturday, a Brackenfell side that I believe was very competitive against both Bishops and Paul Jim over the last couple of weeks. After that, they travel out to Paul Roos, and then their final game of the term will be against Wynberg at home. So that's SACS's run-in. They'll be looking to put up a good account of themselves in those 3 games. Any information about Tygerberg, Virgil, in terms of their season and how they get their remaining games?
Well, I spoke to their coach earlier, and he just confirmed that this season hasn't been the best of seasons for them. And as we mentioned earlier, they had a few disruptions. Some of the key players that got injured and got transferred to another school. And he also mentioned that they were struggling, and they are in this rebuilding phase at this stage. He mentioned that they have about 6 fixtures left. I'm not sure who their opponent is next round, but we can see evidently that they are struggling at this moment, and for them to really make a good comeback, they have to work on their set piece play and really turn this around. We hope that Tygerberg can turn this around. We want to see some good running rugby. SACS is displaying that at the moment, but we don't want this to be a one-way affair, so hopefully Tygerberg can be competitive in this matchup further.
Well done, Duncan. 30 minutes, Dunks. 30 minutes.
Stand under correction, but I think Tygerberg's big into schools clashes against Brackenfell each year, and Brackenfell are proving that they have a couple of decent age groups. Their first team and second team fairly strong this year, and also the under 16 A and B division. So SACS will be wary of that come next week. They certainly won't they can't be complacent, and they'll need to put up a good account of themselves against Brackenfell.
Ja, kom ons kyk of Tygerberg 'n verskil kan maak in hierdie tweede helfte, en dit is Tiaan Henneke, die 3 dikker van Tygerberg. Hy gaan hierdie wedstryd vir ons begin, en dis Jonathan Kaplan wat aandui. Ja, menere, julle kan hierdie wedstryd begin, en die bal wat afgeskop word deur Tiaan Henneke.
Halverson takes well there over the back of Brewer. Here comes Larkin again, fending off people. Is he going to offload? He does to Abrams. That's a lovely play. Abrams gives it out to Sutton, who kicks ahead wisely. A good option there by Sutton. Here comes Van der Loo, gathers beautifully up on his feet again. He needs to go to ground. He does so now. That Statler, the hooker, throws a bit of a wobbly pass, but the ball's gone backwards.
Straight,
Out to Liam
runners.
Larkin again, who fires out a pass to Halverson. Unfortunately can't gather. Some good build-up there by SACS. Some exciting play. Sadly amounting to nothing. Tygerberg breathe another sigh of relief.
Ja, inderdaad, Tygerberg kan hulle self gelukkig ag as dit nie vir daardie hantering fout was nie, sou SACS weer eens 'n 3 aan die linkerkant se hoekie gedruk het, maar dit is hulle ingooi nadat SACS die bal verloor het en 'n hanteringsfout begaan het, en dit is die skrimskakel Tandile Hooi wat die bal gaan ingooi en die loskakel Zysie Smit sal hoop dat hulle goeie bal besit sal kry, want op hierdie stadium kon hy nog nie sy agterlyn aan die gang kry nie.
Work, Connor.
En dit is Hooi wat wag om die bal in te gooi.
Work, Alex.
En hy gooi die bal in. Goeie skram daar van SACS. Dis weer eens 'n vaskop.
Huge scrum by SACS. They're pushing Tygerberg off the ball. It's now Hayes who gives it flat to Boyd. Running hard. Goes over the gain line and places the ball nicely. Glepu out to Hayes again to Abrams. Abrams cuts back inside. SACS looking now to move the ball into the left-hand channel. They play the forwards though, and here comes Lawrenson. He carries strongly. Glepu now out to Hayes. He's got Van der Loo, who gives it out the back. Oh, to Larkin. Sadly, Larkin there taking his eyes off the ball. There was a canter in for 7 points. Brewer now with a penalty for offside. He taps and goes himself. Are the rest of the forwards reacting, or is he going to be turned over? And now we got Larkin well tackled there by a Tygerberg defender. Glepu now out to Duncan Ferguson carries nicely into the midfield. Here's Glepu, who gets it to O'Reilly this time. O'Reilly a little bit upright. Is he going to be able to get himself to ground? He does that. Glepu now looks at his options. He plays left now to Ferguson, who carries nicely. And SACS now looking just to pick the right option here. Halverson too casual. SACS attack a little bit flat there on the outside, throwing away an opportunity, almost a certain 7 points there, Virgil. The coaches won't be happy with that lack of finish.
Ja, inderdaad, dis 'n guldige geleentheid vir SACS wat daarmee heen is. En die bal wat dan by die kantlyn oorgaan, en dis Tygerberg wat dan hierdie bal kan ingooi. Dis 'n defensive lyn staan vir hulle. weer eens fouteer hulle in die lyn staan en die bal word nie bemeester nie en die SACS wat op die aanval is.
Tom Robinson wide awake to that one. He gets it. Here comes Liam Larkin, who pops it off to Halverson. And finally, SACS with all the pressure and all the ball managed to cross the try line. Good option by Larkin there just to pop it off. Unselfishly gave it to his mate Halverson there to just canter in for a very easy try. SACS for a period there making a little bit of heavy weather of getting the points, but they've now come away with 5 and Boyd will be looking to add the extras.
Dis eenvoudig net te maklik. Elke keer wanneer SACS in die kwartgebied van Tygerberg kom, dan teken hulle punte aan en wat ek opgelet het is dat daar absoluut net geen kommunikasie is in die verdedigingsstrukture nie en elke keer is dit SACS wat die man oorbewerkstellig en al wat hulle doen is hulle skuif net die bal op die man op die punte en dan is hulle dan word die 3 gedruk en dan teken hulle punte aan. So Tygerberg sal definitief 'n beslisse verandering moet bring aan die manier van hoe hulle verdediging organiseer.
Boyd pushes that one past the left upright. I think also what's a contributing factor is that SACS are playing sort of the power game, using their big heavy props and locks to bust hard at the Tygerberg defense. They're attracting a lot of people there, and then once the ball goes wide, there simply aren't any Tygerberg men left, as they've been absorbed by the sort of physical game of the big SACS forwards.
Wedstrijd wat begin word daar weer eens Tygerberg en de SACS wat die bal vorentoe dra.
Larkin catches and carries there. Glepu now to Hayes, a poor pass. Hayes does well together. Van der Loo's done well today. Unfortunately, a sloppy offload onto the feet of his fellow attacking player there.
Ja, en dis 'n hanteringsfout daarso wat Tygerberg in staat stel om weer besit te kry. Hulle was ongelukkig nie so baie besit gekry nie as gevolg van die goeie spel wat SACS het. Maar nou is dit Hoyi wat die bal uitgee aan sy spanmaat en hy probeer oor die verdediging kom, maar dis die verdediging van SACS wat uitstekend was. Heel wedstryd nog sover en dit is die plaasvervanger Stit wat kyk of hy 'n paar meters kan kry, maar ongelukkig nie. En weer eens is daar hanteringsfout in daardie beweging en SACS wat die bal afgeneem het.
SACS now break away. Sutton cleverly pops it inside to Glepu, but the referee has ruled there's no advantage. Tygerberg knocked that ball on earlier, a little bit lacking direction there. They had the ball. It didn't appear to be too many people controlling things or offering themselves to carry. And ultimately the Tygerberg attack just breaking down there fairly easily, and SACS now having the scrum.
Ja, ek moet sê dat op die aanval en op die verdediging het Tygerberg net eenvoudig geen plan nie. En dit maak dat hulle nie oor die voordelyn kan kom nie. Jy sal sien daar's geen direkte runners nie en vir SACS om te verdedig maak dit uiteindelik baie maklik.
Strong scrum again, a little 8-9 play there. Now it's to Glepu, who gives a well-timed pass to Sutton down the right. Michael Sutton here. Glepu tracking on the inside. That's lovely support play by the scrum half. He's going for the line. That is beautiful scrum half play by Lucky Glepu. He made the break down the right. He timed his pass to perfection to Michael Sutton, and like all good scrum halves, following his pass, getting the ball back from Sutton and finishing beautifully with some lovely footwork under the poles. That is really, really top draw by the scrum half. Also, I must compliment Michael Sutton there, showing the composure once he was unleashed on the right to give that ball back on the inside rather than dying with it, and that's some very nice play there by SACS.
Yeah, Sutton showed some great pace down there by the right hand side, and he had the presence of mind to look for the support runners, and he found the support in none other than Lucky Glepu, one of the outstanding or standout players here for SACS today. And SACS are doing very well, and the try has been converted, and it brings the score now to in the 40s. And very well played there by SACS.
Just a simple 8-9 move down the blind side there, and Sutton showing a clean pair of heels, working nicely down the right hand touchline, finding his scrum off on the inside, and a very nice try there by SACS.
Yeah, and the score is currently 46-7 in favour of SACS.
Pops it off there, Lawrenson pops it off to Brewer. Glepu now on the ball, gives it out to Hayes. Out to Van der Loo out the back. Some nice passing skills here. Nice early pass there. Unfortunately, Boyd leaving Sutton a little bit too much to do. SACS showing some really good intent there to move the ball off the kickoff. Exciting to watch. Just that last pass letting them down, which could have been another breakout try.
ja, belovende beweging wat tot 'n einde kom daarso. Sutton wat die bal nie mooi kan beheer nie, nadat hy op spoed met die bal gehardloop het, maar dit is Tygerberg wat besit kan kry. En ek moet sê, hulle het geen besit gehad, of baie min besit gehad, om enigstens enige aanvalsposisies te loods. Maar hier kom Tygerberg nou, die plaatsvervanger Stit, wat kyk of hy 'n paar meters kan vorder. En dis die skrimskakel, Tandile Hooi, wat min bal gekry het, JC Smit, wat eerste keer wat ons vir hom in aksie sien, en dit is die regtervleuel van Tygerberg, Heinrich Kroon, wat kyk of hy 'n paar meters vorder, maar dit is die verdediging van SACS, wat eenvoudig net te goed is, en hulle hou hom op in hierdie lig. Kom ons kyk wat gaan gebeur. Kan hulle vorentoe gaan en kan hulle meters kry, maar dit is SACS wat daar die bal in die lig hou. Tygerberg sal hierdie bal baie vinnig moet uitkry as hulle enigstens nog 'n sê wil het in hierdie wedstryd. Dit is Tygerberg wat vorentoe gaan. Hulle vorder so 5 meter nou al gevorder, en hulle is nou in die kwartgebied van SACS, en is nog steeds is 'n Tygerberg wat vorentoe gaan. Kan hulle nou hierdie bal uitkry, of gaan SACS hierdie rolmaal beweging van hulle stop? Nou gaan hulle grond toe. En dis Jonathan Kaplan wat aandui dat SACS se bal is by hierdie skram, omdat die Tygerberg nie hierdie bal kon terugwen nie.
SACS working hard there to hold up the right wing of Tygerberg. Although Tygerberg moved forward quite a few meters, and they had to basically commit the entire team to move forward. It was always going to be, it was inevitable that eventually it was going to collapse and SACS were going to get the turnover. So good work there by SACS. Difficult there for the right wing for Tygerberg. Kroon, he did his best there, but he was wrapped up by numerous SACS players who defended that very aggressively. Now it's Halverson. He fends off the would-be tackler on the open side there, the open side flank for Tygerberg. Here comes Larkin again. He swivels out of a tackle. Well tackled by the number 12 there, nice and low. That's the way to tackle Larkin. Out to Abrams, who's running sideways. Abrams does a little fancy show and go and kicks ahead. Here comes Sutton on the inside. Abrams and Sutton chasing strongly. Sutton with a good tackle. He's having a nice game here on his debut. Michael Abrams pulls the man to ground. Sutton looking to counter ruck.
Ja, en dit is JC Smit wat hierdie bal kry, en hy skop hierdie bal onder druk weg, omdat SACS hulle onder geweldige druk plaas.
Glepu now out to Larkin. Larkin runs hard at his opposition number 12. He's still going. Tygerberg do not want a piece of Larkin at all. That was very, very weak by Tygerberg. No one wanted to commit to Larkin, almost like they were scared of him. That was not nice to see.
Ja, ek moet sê hulle maak dit net eenvoudig te maklik vir hom. En ek weet nie hoe hierdie man spasies kry en oor die voordeellyn kom nie, maar Larkin hy speel 'n uitstekende, briljante wedstryd vandag, en ek dink dis nou sy tweede 3.
At least it's hard to keep up. There've been quite a few tries sort of coming in. There's still a lot of time left in this game as well. Larkin actually there were more than enough defenders there opposite Larkin. But the first man missed his tackle, and after that the guys stood off and didn't commit themselves. In my experience, having watched Larkin play, the way to bring him down, the only way is to go low and hard, and to have guys well spaced. And it's a commitment thing as well. You've got to want to make the tackle, and if you're going to go high and you're not going to commit yourself, there's only going to be one winner.
Ja, hy laat dit so maklik lyk met die manier van hoe hy die bal draai, en hoe hy net eenvoudig oor die voordele kom, en die verdediging van Tygerberg het eenvoudig net nie antwoord vir hom nie. Is die bal wat gestel word, en is Boyd wat vorentoe kom, kyk of hy nog 2 punte kan byvoeg, en dit is die doelskop wat suksesvol is, en wat die telling nou bring op 53-7 vir SACS.
Boyd with the conversion, putting SACS out to a 53-7 lead.
Ja, en Tygerberg wat hierdie wedstryd weer aan die gang sit. Kyk of hulle hierdie bal kan terugwen vanaf die afskop. Henneke wat die bal afskop.
Brewer goes up for it well, but he bobbles it forward. That'll infuriate the coaching staff.
Ja, en Tygerberg wat besit herwin het nadat hanteringsfout begaan was deur SACS. Maar dit lyk of as hulle die bal nou weer teruggewen het daar op die grond.
Looks like Tom Robinson in the thick of things there, the number 6 flank, the grade 11 flanker, getting his hands on the ball, getting that turnover. Glepu now with a little tactical kick to the right-hand side.
En 'n skroon wat eenvoudig net op die grond neergesit word. Henneke wat die bal het, verdediging van SACS wat bykom in die vorm van Kloppie. Ja, dis JC Smit van Tygerberg. Hulle kyk of hulle oor die voordeellyn kan kom, maar dis Laken se verdediging wat eenvoudig net te sterk is en die bal wat opgehou word. Nou is dit Tygerberg wat hom soek. Tandile Hooi vra vir hom, gaan hy hom kry? Nog steeds baie onder druk. Tandile Hooi uiteindelik kry die bal weg, maar dis Jonathan Kaplan wat aandui dat SACS daar so in hy losgemaal geoortree het en dit is dan 'n strafskop aan Tygerberg. Kom ons kyk wat gaan hulle maak. As ek hulle is, sal ek hardloop. Hulle sal eenvoudig nog punte op die telbord moet kry, want anders is dit nie 'n mooi prentjie nie, Nick.
Other option for them, of course, is to take a very, very slow penalty kick for poles. Take some time out the game. I know it's a negative tactic, but at this stage, there's still over 20 minutes to go in the game, and it's already up to 53. So certain strategies will have to be employed here just to keep things under control. Tygerberg now do have an attacking line out, and let's see what they can do.
Yeah, they would want to curb that momentum that SACS has at this stage. Kom ons kyk op Philip Bywood, sy springe gaan kry. Hy kry dit in vorm van Tian Skonking en dit is Tygerberg wat vorentoe gaan. Goeie verdediging op die grond daarso van SACS. Maak die kwaliteit van balbesit vir die skrimskakel van Tygerberg baie moeilik en dit lyk of hulle die bal afgeneem het. Jonathan Kaplan wat wys dis 'n strafskop.
Brewer does really well there. James Brewer, the captain there, wrestling that ball out of the Tygerberg hands at the maul. Some very good maul defense there by SACS. Abrams now, he'll have an opportunity to relieve some pressure and get the ball out of the SACS half. And SACS will have the line out. He finds touch with a reasonable touch finder and the line out will happen on the halfway line.
Ja, dis dinge wat net nie wil regloop vir Tygerberg nie. Weereens is soveelste fout wat hulle begaan in die lyn staan. En dit is die hakker Philip Bywood wat eenvoudig net nie sy springers kan kry nie.
Halverson takes it out to Tom Robinson, the number 6 flank. He's had a nice game today. He's still carrying strongly. He places the ball. The SACS forwards are there to clean. Here comes Larkin again for the umpteenth time, carrying and fighting his way through contact. Hayes is there now to pick up the scraps left by Larkin there. And now Lucky Glepu gives it out to Larkin again. He's going to carry all day long. Maybe the better option there would have been for him to pass that one. Glepu now gets caught in possession. Tygerberg knock it on, but SACS going to look to try and do something with the turnover possession. Sutton now, he places the ball. Glepu now on it. Abrams, SACS are very, very flat here. No one's worked back to get well taken there by the tight head prop. Duncan Ferguson, who rampages forward. Tygerberg contesting the breakdown but not getting reward. Here's Connor O'Reilly with lovely hands. Good option there by Liam Larkin. Good football skills there by Ravenscroft. And finally Tygerberg managed to scramble it into touch.
Ja, goeie stukkie voordeel wat Jonathan Kaplan daar gespeel het. En alhoewel Tygerberg oortree het, of die bal aangeslaan het hy voordeel gespeel en SACS kon dan aanval loopie loods as gevolg van hy voordeel wat hulle gespeel het. Hulle is nou in die kwartgebied van Tygerberg.
Tygerberg contesting at 2, making it easy for Brewer to win at 4. This will be inevitable if SACS can just keep their feature. They'll rummage this ball forward. Tygerberg trying to collapse there. That'll be a penalty if it's not a try. SACS keep on moving towards the try line. And it's just a matter of time before they press the ball for yet another try.
Eenvoudig net te maklik. En dit is SACS wat nog 'n 3 druk en dan die telling opskuif en op hierdie stadium is dit Tygerberg wat geen antwoord het vir SACS of dit nou in die losspel is en of dit in die vaste los is nie. Hulle het geen antwoorde op hierdie stadium vir SACS nie en elke keer as hulle in die kwartgebied van Tygerberg kom dan teken hulle punte aan en ja, SACS doen baie goed.
SACS showing that they can also maul as well as move the ball into the wide channels there. The forwards doing nicely. Tygerberg man attempting to bring that one down, but SACS staying on their feet and eventually Lance Statler, the hooker, crossing for a good score. Michael Abrams now has taken over the kicking duties. There have been a couple of kickers today. There have been a couple of injuries and a few changes as well by Coach Graham Veppener. Abrams strikes the ball to the right of the uprights. He won't be happy with that. He practices kicking a lot, so you would expect to do a little better than that. Virgil, we're up now to close to the 60s. Anything you'd implement as a Tygerberg coach at this point to manage things a bit better?
Well, what I would do is what I've seen is that on the fence, that they're not really marking the man, and that the guy that's on the wing, he tackles inside instead of covering his guy. So I would institute and ensure that the guys get their structure correctly on the defense, because SACS find it too easily just to breach the defense of Tygerberg.
Brewer took that kickoff well, and SACS moved it to the wide channels. Abrams booted it forward. SACS with a lot of reserves on the field now. A lot of the second team players are on the field now, which is great for them. Gives them a lot of experience, particularly those for you in grade 11. SACS on the ball now. Tom Robinson has had a fine game today. Places it. David Hayes. Glepu now at fly off. He passes a beauty out to Duncan Ferguson with a big handoff. The crowd love it. Schoolboys love to see a big handoff. Halverson bashes off his opposite number 10. Glepu now out to David Hayes. Duncan Ferguson's carried the ball well today. The most carries I've ever seen from the big number 3 in a game. Lucky with a little inside ball to Abrams. That's beautiful play. Oh, and back to Lucky Glepu. That is stunning play there by SACS.
Briljante stukkie werk daar die SACS.
Those two boys are both in the Rosedale boarding house, and they've practiced that move, that little Gregan inside pass. Glepu then following it up, getting the pass back by Abrams. I've seen them practicing that many times on the Spencer Smith field in the evenings, and that was really impressive to see it pulled off in a game situation.
Ja, en Abrams gaan druk hierdie sonder dat daar hand op hom gelê was, en ek moet terecht sê dit is 'n uitstekende, briljante stukkie werk wat daar plaasgevind het tussen daai twee spelers.
Always nice to see a training ground move perfected nicely in a match situation, and SACS doing really well there. Glepu giving it off to Abrams on the inside and getting the ball back from Abrams to score under the poles.
Ja, dit lyk asof Tygerberg geen antwoorde het vir hierdie masjien van SACS nie. Eenvoudig net as hulle in die kwartgebied van Tygerberg kom, dan teken hulle punte aan, en hulle verdediging sal hulle moet aan werk wanneer hulle weer oefenveld toe gaan. Dit is SACS wat hierdie bal het.
Lucky Glepu clears the ball with his right foot. A very nice exit kick there by Lucky. He's really been playing well over the last 5 or 6 games. He's stepped up brilliantly into that role of scrum half for the first team. He's only in grade 11, but he's a real prospect. Showing a lot of composure, a lot of great game management, and also the X factor needed to score tries as well.
Yeah, Lucky had a very good game. His interchange play with the forwards and the backs is very good. As a lyn staan bal daarso van Tygerberg, een van die min kere wat hulle uiteindelik hulle lyn staan wen. En dis die plaasvervanger Hakker wat op die veld nou is. Skrimskakel Hooi wat die bal uitgooi na JC Smit. Hy bevind hom in die loskakelbosie, en dis Tygerberg wat uiteindelik vorentoe bal kan bewerkstellig, maar die afbreekpunte bly nog steeds 'n probleem. Dis Hooi wat kry na die Hakker toe daarso Tiaan de Wit. En hulle soek hom weer, dis weer in Tygerberg op die aanval, maar die verdediging van SACS wat uiters goed is. Hooi soek nou daar die bal baie vinnig, maar dis SACS wat die bal afgeneem het, lyk dit vir my. En Jonathan Kaplan day aan daar, sodat hulle 'n fout begaan het daar so by die afbreekpunte.
Yes, James Brewer, the captain there, he's often guilty of contesting at breakdowns when there's not a necessity to do so, often incurring the wrath of the referee. Tends, in my view, to give away a couple too many needless penalties. Nevertheless, he's a real warrior. He gets stuck in. He's a competitor, and I guess as a coach, you'd rather have that and 1 or 2 penalties being conceded than someone who's maybe standing off and not giving of himself.
Ja, natuurlijk het ons gesien dat dit maak 'n groot verskil, en die manier hoe hulle die kwaliteit bal van Tygerberg eenvoudig lyk net disrupt, en dat hulle seker maak dat Tygerberg geen goeie bal kry om enige aanvalsposisies te loods nie. Dis hulle lyn staan, en kom ons kyk of hulle hierdie bal kan wen. Goeie bal daar, so uiteindelik kry hulle besit, en die losgemaal wat gevorm word. Kom ons kyk wat gaan hulle nou maak. Dis Hooi, hy gee die bal uit vir Smit. Smit soek ondersteuning, hy kry dit in vorm van sy centermaat, maar weer eens daai aggressiewe verdediging van SACS wat uitstekend is. Nou sit Hooi, hy kry die manne daar in die gang. in die vorm van die nommer 1 stit daar so wat probeer vorentoe gaan. Hooi soek hom weer. Hy kry dit by nommer 8 en dit is Henneke die 3 drukker wat sy span maar daardie lees en hy's al langs die kantlyn af. Een man om te klop, maar ongelukkig is dit die verdediging van SACS wat hom daar so by die kantlyn uitdruk en is 'n goeie stukkie spelwerk as jy moet kyk in die konteks van hoeveel balbesit Tygerberg kry en die bietjie wat hulle nou het wat hulle eintlik iets daarvan werk en amper 'n 3 bewerkstellig daar in die hoek.
Yeah, it's a nice little pass there by Henneke off to Brady Palm, who almost crossed for a lovely try. They picked up some space on the left-hand side early and they moved the ball in there, which was good to see.
Ja, ons kan ook sien dat die plaasvervangers wat nou op is vir SACS bietjie van hulle momentum daar verloor het, want Tygerberg skielik 'n nuwe gees binne hulle en hulle speel met 'n nuwe opgewondenheid en ons kan nog nie sien wie daar is nie, maar dit is die Tygerberg speler wat oorval vir die 3 en na so 'n stukkie belovende spelwerk waar dit die bal deur verskillende fases gevat het en uiteindelik afrond met 'n 3 en wel gedaan Tygerberg laat julle uiteindelik julle tweede 3 kon druk.
I think the number 7 flank for Tygerberg, Shonken, he's been a standout for me in the pack. He scored that try. I think Virgil, he's been one of the few players that's fronted up physically. He's put his body on the line for his team, and I think he's been my sort of man of the match in terms of the Tygerberg forwards.
Ja, ek moet sê dat die Tygerberg Hoërskool voorspelers het geen antwoord by die masjien van SACS nie, maar in hierdie laaste stukkie fase van spel het hulle momentum gekry en kon hulle daar aan die linkerkant 3 druk daar so met 'n mooi stukkie hardloopwerk daar van Brady Palm en hy het ook gewys dat hy bietjie spoed het. As 'n mens net kan dink wat hulle kon vermag het as hulle goeie balbesit gehad het en daai stukkie spel daarso was belovend, wel gedaan Tygerberg.
SACS will be a little bit disappointed there to concede a try. Fair play to Tygerberg though, they haven't stopped trying. They're looking to put pressure on SACS. Kick off there by Hayes is a good one. Halverson contests, Tygerberg have knocked that one on and Kaplan playing some advantage. Glepu now on the ball, gives it out to Statler who can't handle that one. But this is Duncan Ferguson playing his best game in a SACS jersey today. Carried the ball well. Brewer now. Brewer, the captain, carrying strongly as he always does. He places the ball. Glepu now out to Hayes, who plays a flat pass to Statler, who hangs on to it just. Now it's Hayes. There's a bit of space out wide here. Some good running there by the replacement. That's Tom Robinson, who's had a grand game in the number 6 jersey. He pushes for the line. That's fantastic by Tom Robinson, the flank following up. Nyanga Tolashi, the SACS reserve wing there, scooting up the left-hand touchline, and then Robinson getting the pass and showing some real strength there to get over the line.
Ja, dis Robinson wat vir homself sê, meer Laken, jy kan nie al die 3 druk nie. Ek wil ook so graag 'n 3 of 2 druk en hy druk die 3 daar so na 'n briljante stukkie spel weer eens daar van SACS.
Tom Robinson, grade 11. So another year still to play for SACS. I really like the way he goes about his business. He's tough, uncompromising, very strong lad. I think you often see Larkin and co getting all the plaudits, but he certainly is one for me for the future. For next year, he'll be a very important cog in the SACS first team for next season.
Yeah, I like the way how the two loose forwards, how they combined on attack and defense. Now it's Abrams trying to convert, push to the right, and conversion is unsuccessful.
Mikey Abrams there appears to have dropped his lipstick. He's not striking that ball like I know he can. He won't be happy with that. It'll be back to the practice ground for him on Monday.
Het lyk of sy balans net so 'n bietjie af is. Tygerberg wat weer die helfte begin.
Brewer now receives the kickoff this time and bashes up through the middle. He places the ball. The SACS forwards are there to clean up quickly. Hayes now out the back to Abrams. And a nice strike there, nice ball strike there by Michael Abrams, who sends Henneke back deep into his own half.
Ja, Henneke wat die bal het, hy gaan geen kanse vat nie en hy besluit om die bal uit te skop en dit is net so 5 meter aan die weg van die kantlyn af.
Yes, Heineke didn't really have any other option there. He was completely alone and isolated at the back. His only option was to kick it into touch, which he did so, and he did so well. SACS now to feed. A good line out there, goes to Brewer. Lucky Glepu plays it out to Hayes, who hits Van der Loo on a nice hard line. The Tygerberg defense found wanting there as Van der Loo just ghosted into a big hole. Glepu now plays it out to Lawrence, and he flips it on to Statler, who carries nicely. Good go forward there by SACS. Glepu changes direction, plays it to Hayes, who plays it out to Halverson. Halverson now pops out the pass, out to Sutton. That's a lovely sleight of hand there. Sutton unfortunately didn't know where his touch line was and treaded on the line. Some nice play there, Virgil, just not getting rewarded with the 7 points.
Ja, ongelukkig is dit Sutton daar wat by die kantlyn uittrap, maar dis vir my verbasend hoe maklik, en ek het dit nou al genoem als vir my verbasend hoe maklik hierdie voorspelers en agterspelers van SACS net eenvoudig gapings in die verdedigingslyne van Tygerberg vind. Dit is nou lynstaanbal vir mooi gerank daarso deur die nommer 5 slot van Tygerberg, en dit is 'n heel agter Heineke wat die bal uitskop, nie te ver nie, en dit is SACS wat weer die bal vinnig ingooi.
Lucky Glepu now to Abrams. This is exciting now by SACS. He cuts back inside. The Tygerberg defenders are looking to bring him down. They do. Now Glepu, but Statler decides to pick and drive. Glepu waiting for the ball at the base, summing up his options. That's the reserve prop, Ross Sharp on the field now. Glepu changes direction again. Here's Tom Robinson looking for another try himself. He bursts strongly for the line. Tom Robinson now places the ball. Glepu out to Brewer. Brewer carries. Has he got there? He has. All too easy for SACS there.
Eenvoudig, net te makkelijk. Dit is amper asof die span van Tygerberg geen antwoord het as die span van SACS in hulle kwartgebied kom, en elke keer as hulle daar kom, teken hulle punte aan. Pluimpie vir SACS, en dis Tygerberg wat definitief sal moet werk aan hulle verdediging. Dit is eenvoudig net te makkelijk vir SACS daarso, en dit is die doelskop wat sommer baie vinnig behartig was daar die Abrams, en dit is die derde keer wat hy onsuksesvol was met daar die doelskop, en dis die manne van Tygerberg wat hulle koppe sal moet oplig en sal moet speel, en wanneer het kom by die verdediging sal hulle baie meer aggressief moet verdedig, en daar die losvoorspelers van Laken en Robinson om in toom te hou. So kom ons kyk wat kan hulle doen, bal wat afgeskop word.
For who knows how many times Brewer's now taken or dropped the kickoff. It's been a bit of a 50-50 there. He's taken some really good ones, but also lost a couple. Tom Robinson with a big hit there. A fine tackle there. Drives his opposite man back about 5 meters.
Ja, dis 'n groot duikslag daar gewees op Marco Whitmore, en dit is Brady Palm wat nog so 'n hardloopstukkie inkry, maar ongelukkig word hy by die kantlyn uitgeduik, en daar die min balbesit wat Tygerberg kry, weet hulle eenvoudiglik net nie wat om met daai balbesit te doen nie, want elke keer as hulle vorentoe gaan, is dit SACS wat kom met groot duikslae, en hulle word teruggeduik, en hulle kom nie oor die voordele nie. Dit is Tygerberg wat die bal nou kan ingooi. Philip Haywood, hy het 'n baie swak dag beleef daar, so die bal wat weer eens afgeneem word in die lyn staan.
Halverson there stole that one. Glepu was wide awake. He kicked the ball forward, and now is there a kick chase from SACS.
Dis Brady wat aangee na sy span met Heineke toe, hy gee 'n skoppie, steek skoppie, maar dis in die hande van SACS.
Michael Abrams now takes it from Lucky Glepu. Massive holes in the Tygerberg defense now. Abrams moves forward and places the ball. Lucky summing up his options. There's a turnover here.
Tygerberg wat die bal afgeneem het, loskakels, hy is die Smit wat die bal probeer uitskop uit sy kwartgebied, maar hy vind vir Sutton baie gevaarlik.
Sutton now passes it out to Glepu. Good option to get it in the middle. Glepu having a look and seeing what's going on here. He steps, runs into some heavy traffic. SACS look to get this to ground. They do. I think that's Sharp on the ball. His knees on the ground. They must release. Hayes now takes up his position there. Binderman, lovely sleight of hand there. Brewer now over the ball. Hayes now at 9. This is Josh Hay, the second team tight head prop on the field here, carrying strongly. Hayes snaps back. Here's Brewer, hands through the tackle. And Hayes at 9 now. Regularly at 9 now. Maybe they've made the switch. Here comes Josh Hay carrying the ball. There's Chad Van der Loo, the centre, out to Glepu, who's out in the centres there. He carries and places the ball to Van der Loo. Statler down the right. Here comes Tom Robinson, who gives it back inside to Sutton. Some lovely interplay there by SACS. Half the team now has already played a full game. The bench, so to speak, has been flooded. Lovely for these guys to get an opportunity to play first team rugby and to score some tries.
Ja, Sutton wat net ongelooflik te veel spoed het en die oomblik toe hy die bal kry te versnel hy en die verdediging daarso van Heinrich Kroon kon hom ongelukkig nekeer en hy druk die bal en dis Abrams wat sommer vinnig daar die doelskop geneem het en dit lyk vir my dat hierdie manne 'n target vir hulle self gestel het of hoeveel hulle wil aanteken teen Tygerberg. En ek moet sê as ek nou 'n Tygerberg speler gewees het, sal ek nie weet wat om te doen met hierdie masjien wat eenvoudig net die spel domineer.
82 points to 14 now. SACS lead. Van der Loo loses the kickoff there. But Tygerberg don't do anything with the turnover. So Tygerberg have been awarded a scrum. They'll be looking for the final whistle here. Not a good day at the office. No one likes to take a scoreline like this. It must be said though that SACS have really turned it on in the second half. They've shown good intent and some good skill, and this will be good for their confidence going into Brackenfell and then on to Paulrus.
Yeah, this is not a good result for Tygerberg at all. They have been dominated in all parts of this match. And I mean, if I was a Tygerberg player right now, I wouldn't know what to do to pick myself up after being dominated by SACS. Maar nietemin, scrum wat toegeken word aan Tygerberg nadat hanteringsfout begaan was deur SACS. En dit is die scrum skakel Tandile Hooi wat die bal kan ingooi. Hopelik wou ek sê kan Tygerberg resistance bied hierso in hierdie scrum, maar dit is SACS wat net weer eens ook hierdie set piece net eenvoudiglik oorheers. Kom ons kyk of hulle goeie kwaliteit bal kan kry en dan 'n aanvalsloopie hierso in die proses kan begin.
About a minute left of play, so this could be the last set piece. Can Tygerberg do something with the ball?
Dis 'n Hooi wat die bal ingooi. Onder druk wat hy die bal kry, dis een van sy spanmaats wat in sy pad is, nog steeds Hooi wat die bal het, probeer vorentoe gaan. Kom ons kyk wat kan Tygerberg maak met hierdie stukkie bal besit. Dit is hulle slot. Dink die kaptein Tiaan de Wit, baie stil wedstryd beleef vandag. Hy neem die bal vorentoe. Nou is dit die hakker, Andre Jooste wat vorentoe gaan, dis Hooi wat die bal soek. Hy kry die bal uit na Smit. Smit, hy skerp beweging daar so saam met een van sy binnesentermaat. Hy kom verby die verdediging en dis Tygerberg wat voordeel geniet. Hulle gaan vorentoe, dis Hooi die skrim skakel. Hy soek ondersteuning. Die verdediging van SACS wat weer eens daar is, kompeteer hulle op die grond en ek moet eenvoudig sê dat die kwaliteit bal wat hulle kry op die grond is baie swak en dit is Tygerberg wat 'n strafskop afstaan omdat hulle die bal op die grond vasgehou het. Goeie werk daar deur SACS weer eens.
Tygerberg number 13 coming back on quite a nice angle there. We haven't seen too much of that today, putting the SACS defense under a little bit of pressure, but SACS weathering the storm and getting the turnover penalty. Jonathan Captain looked at his watch briefly there. He hasn't blown the final whistle. This could be the final play of the game. SACS to feed a line out with a couple of loose forwards in midfield. Spells danger for Tygerberg. Ball goes out to Hayes. Here's Van der Loo running a nice hard line. He's gone straight through again. What can Van der Loo do? He must stay on his feet now and wait for his support. He's been stripped in contact. Very disappointing there. SACS maybe guilty.
Ja, is 'n mooi stukkie spel daarso van die senter van der Loo, maar ongelukkig het hy die bal verloor en die bal wat afgeneem word van Tygerberg en die flank Tiaan Skonking uitstaande speler van Tygerberg wat die bal dan verloor en dit lyk of hy baie seer gekry het en ja, dit is die einde van hierdie wedstryd en dit is SACS wat hierdie wedstryd oorheers het en hulle wen hierdie wedstryd met 82 punte teenoor 14.
One-way traffic there, particularly in the second half. SACS coming away with a convincing victory here. All too easy for the SACS, particularly the SACS forwards, men like Larkin and co. All too easy for them to brush off tackles. Some of the defensive work by Tygerberg left a lot to be desired. Nevertheless, a nice game to be involved in, and great to commentate with you here, Virgil. Hope you've had a good time in these beautiful surroundings.
Yeah, must say I'm totally impressed by the way our SACS went about their business and how they just thoroughly demolished Tygerberg. And such a beautiful and awesome privilege to be able to watch this quality of rugby in the backdrop of this beautiful view that we have here. So well done to SACS, beating Tygerberg 82 points to 14, and Tygerberg really has to go back now and see where they need to improve. There's a lot that needs to be said about this performance, and their coach has got his work cut out for them.
The SACS coaches also there talking to their chargers. They'll be pleased with the scoreline, but will know that there are tougher challenges that lie ahead. This Western Cape League is very tough, notoriously the toughest in the world, some say. You come up against teams like Paul Jim, Paul Boys High, Paul Ruiz, Bolan Landbou, week in, week out. So if you want to be considered to be a really good team within the country, you've got to man up against those opponents and put in good performances. SACS will be looking to do that against Paul Ruiz in 2 weeks' time. But Virgil, in this league, it doesn't get any easier. You've got to be fronting up week in, week out. Otherwise, your season, when you look back, can have some moments which you won't be happy about.
Yeah, rightfully so. Doesn't get any easier. And also today, it's Paul Boys against Grey. So very good fixture that is going to take place. But nonetheless, well done to SACS, and all the best for the rest of your season.
Thanks, Virgil. Great to have you with us. Fantastic day here at Newlands, and until the next time, we'll say goodbye.